Hello student, I am your physics mentor Nitesh Kumar and you are watching Drona Academy e-learning series. Today I am going to discuss refraction at a spherical surface. So our refracting surface, which parts of a sphere of transparent medium. Okay, so look at this, this is the sphere and it's a transparent medium. I am assuming it's a rare medium. And this one is the denser medium. Okay student, and here I am drawing a principal axis. Okay student, this point is called pole. Here this is called pole. Okay, here this one is called center of curvature. And the radius of this sphere is called radius of curvature. Okay student, and this one is called the aperture. Similarly, here I am considering another type of spherical surface. So here this one is the rare medium and this one is the denser medium. Okay students, here the radius of curvature is this one, we are denoting it with the R, and this one is the center of curvature, and here this point is pole and this is the principal axis or optical axis. Okay students, now how this spherical surfaces are forming image we'll discuss. Okay student, so look at this, there is two type of image, you all know that real image and virtual image. So when real image will form and when virtual image will form. So now I am going to discuss types of image form through this spherical surface. If a refraction phenomena is happening with this spherical surface, then how image will form, okay, and which type of image will form. Okay, so I am going to discuss one by one all cases. This is a very important student, especially for the board exam. Generally IIT JEE or NEET is asking formula based question from here. Okay, so look at this student. First I am considering this one is the part of sphere, or here it's a denser medium and this one is the rare medium. Okay student, now look at this, if we are placing an object at this point, now what will happen, a ray will falling here with the eye angle of incidence. Look at this, I am drawing a normal. Okay, if you are drawing a normal on a spherical surface, then what will happen, this normal will pass from the center of curvature and you can say it's a radius of curvature, this distance. Okay student, now what will happen, this one is the rare medium and this one is denser medium, and we know that from the law of reflection this ray will tilt towards the normal. This is the normal, so it will tilt towards the normal and it will meet here. Okay, so image will form at this point and this is the real image. Okay, so in this case real image will form. Here we are putting a real object and real image is forming. Now students, I am taking another case. So here this case is like this. First I am going to take all the cases where real image will form. So look at this, this one is the principal axis and right now our object is in denser medium. Okay, and this one is the rare medium. Okay, so now look at this, if our object is at this point, what will happen? A ray coming and falling at this point, here I am assuming it's a center of curvature. So this one is the normal. Now what will happen, student, tell me? Here this ray is coming from denser medium, okay, so what will happen? It will go away from the normal. So it will go away from the normal and meet at this point, I am assuming. So here image will form, and this image is also real image. Is it or not, student? Okay, so I suppose you understand how real images are forming. Okay, so in this case real image is forming at this point, and here in this case if you are placing your object in denser medium, on that case also real image will form at this point. Now student, note down this. Now I am going to discuss when virtual image will form. Okay, these are two cases where real image will form. Now I am going to discuss when virtual image will form. There is a 4 case, but I will take 2, 3. Okay. Okay, student. So now I am assuming here. ओहो, कितना गर्मी है आज, बहुत ही ज़्यादा. Okay, so now student, again this is the convex part, and this convex is towards the rare medium. So I am assuming this one is the denser medium and this one is the rare medium. Okay, student. So now look at this. This one is the principal axis, and if our object is placed at this point, now what will happen? Look at this. Here I am drawing a normal. Okay, and here this ray is falling. This one is the incident angle at this point, and it's deviated. So this one is the rare medium, this one is the denser medium. So now ray will tilt towards this normal. So now I am assuming this ray is tilting towards the normal. So ray is little bit tilted and it's going like this. So where image will form? Here. So look at this. Actually ray is not meeting. Look at this. If ray is also coming from this side, if you are assuming ray is coming from this side and this one is the normal and it's going like this. Okay, so it's actually not meeting at this point, but it's looking like, if you are observing from this side, then what you will find, it's looking like ray is coming from this point. So here a virtual image will form. This is the case where virtual image is forming. Okay, student. Now I am going to take another case. Note down everyone first. Okay, so now I am going to take another case where our object is in denser medium. Look at this. So this case, this one is very much similar to the last case. So here I am assuming this one is the denser medium and this one is the rare medium. Okay, so now student, if our object is placed here in this denser medium at this point, okay, and ray, and this one is the normal, sorry, we used to denote with this line. So here this one is the center of curvature and we having an object at this point. If it is falling at this point, what will happen? It will go away from the normal. Okay, so it's going like this, ray is going like this, then what will happen? Here image will form. This is also a case. In that case image is forming, that's a virtual, because actually ray is going in this direction but image is forming here behind. Okay, so this is the virtual image case. Now I am going to take another case where virtual image will form. The next case, like I am assuming a concave towards the rare medium. Okay, concave towards the rare. This one is again denser medium. Okay student. So in this case, like if I am assuming this one is the center of curvature and here this one is the normal, sorry student, this one is the normal drawn at this curved surface or spherical surface, and if our object, if okay, it's okay. So if our object is at this point, now what will happen? Look at this. This one is the this one is the incident angle, and here it's a denser, and this one is the rear. So what will happen student? Ray will tilt towards the normal. Look at this, it's little bit tilted. Okay, I am taking a object little bit far, then it will be more clear. So I am assuming here we having a object and it's falling at this point here with the eye angle. Now what will happen? It will tilt. Now the tiltness is obsolete. So here image will form. Is it or not? So this one is again a virtual case. Similarly, you can also make a case there you will get the virtual image. Okay. Now we understand how these spherical surfaces are forming image. Okay. After refracting, light is refracting from the spherical surface, how image is forming we already understand. Now we'll find a formula or a relation. Okay. So a refraction at a spherical surface, if convex towards, I am assuming convex, you can also assume the concave, again you will get. So here I am assuming this one is a spherical surface. Okay student, and here this one is the denser medium. Okay, and this one is the rare medium. Okay, now we'll observe how image will form here, and then after we'll find a formula, a relation. Look at this student, I am assuming this one is the center of curvature, and here a normal drawn on this surface, and this distance is radius of curvature, this one ROC. So here this one is also ROC. ROC is how much? This one. Okay, now I am placing our object at this point where image will form. Look at this. If ray is falling at this point, what will happen? It will tilt towards the normal. If it will tilt towards the normal, I am assuming here a real image is forming. I am considering a case where real image is forming. This one is the real image case, and here it's our object O. Okay, image is forming at this point. Okay student, now we'll take a few assumptions. So all rays are paraxial, so angles are very small. Okay student, so first I'm assuming this angle is incident angle and this angle is refracted angle. Okay, and this dotted line is normal drawn at this point. So I'm giving the name of this point is N, this one is the M. Okay. So now student, if you will apply Snell's law at this point, N point, what you can write? I am assuming this one is the mu1 and this one is the mu2. The denser medium refractive index I am assuming is mu2, and the rare medium refractive index I am assuming that's a mu1. Okay student. Now I am just denoting by the one sign. Here mu2 is greater than mu1, simple. Okay, now you understand this one is the rare medium, this one is the denser medium. Now if you are applying a Snell's law at this end point, how you can write? The mu1 sin I equal to mu2 sin R. Okay, I suppose you all know Snell's law. Okay, so what I told you student, here angles are very small. So what we can write? The sin I equal to I, because angles are very small, and sin R equal to R. Okay student, you can easily write this. So now I am writing a relation, mu1 I is equal to mu2 R. This one is the first equation. Now I am assuming, student, this angle is alpha, this one is the beta, and this one is the gamma. Now it's up to you, whatever you want you can assume. Now in the triangle, look at this, the triangle ONC. I am giving this name of this point is C, center of curvature is C. So in ONC, in a triangle ONC, look at this triangle ONC, we can write the I is the external angle, is actually equal to alpha plus beta. Okay, I am assuming this one is the second equation. Now look at the triangle NCI. I am talking about this triangle. In this triangle, what you can write, the beta equal to R, this angle is R, plus gamma. Gamma and R is looking like similar, so I am writing gamma like this. Okay student, this is the gamma. Okay, now but here what we need, R. So I am writing here R equal to beta minus gamma. Okay, and student, we all know the notation because we already discussed the reflection. The distance between this point, I already told you, it's a pole. So distance between object and pole, we are denoting it with the U. And here also we'll apply the Cartesian sign convention. So if light is incident from this side, if light is incident, the direction of light ray, okay, so if light is incident from this side, so what you will follow? The standard coordinate system. Okay, so here I am writing the for the sign convention. Look at this. This is the pole point. This point is pole. If you are assuming pole and light is coming in this way, it's a ray direction. Okay student, so what you will assume, this one is the positive, this one is the positive, this one is the negative, and this one is the negative. It means whatever the below the principal axis is negative, whatever here in this side opposite in the direction of ray of propagation is negative, in same direction of ray of propagation from pole you have to assume positive, whatever the upside or above this principal axis is positive. Okay, so we'll apply this sign convention concept here. Okay, I suppose you all know these things from the reflection. Okay, so now student, here we'll apply. First tell me, this one is positive or negative? This one is negative. Okay, now this is what, it's a R, radius of curvature, already are written here, and here this distance, the distance here, this one, the distance between pole and image is, we are denoting with the V, and here it's a positive, this one is also positive. Okay, what we are doing here, we are following the standard sign convention. Okay, now student, we got this relation. We'll put the value of I and R in the first equation. If you are putting the value of I and R in this first equation, what you will get? Mu1 into, here this one is the alpha plus beta, and equal to mu2, and here if you will put the value of R, it's a beta minus gamma. Okay, now here I am going to write a few relation. Look at this. Tell me student, the tan alpha, that is equal to alpha, because angles are very small, that's why I am assuming here tan alpha is equal to alpha. Now what we can write, and also here you have to assume whatever we are doing, that's very near from this pole. Okay, because here I have to explain, that's why I am taking this much, but it's a very near, rays are paraxial. So what you can assume here, the tan alpha is actually equal to NP divided by OP. This point is pole now, so I am writing here NP divided by OP. Similarly student, tell me the beta equal to tan beta, and tan beta equal to what again? NP divided by NP divided by R. So here by the way I am writing right now PC. Okay. Similarly the gamma equal to 10 gamma, and this is again equal to NP divided by IP. Okay student. Now put the value of alpha, beta, gamma here in this equation. Okay, first I am simplifying this equation, then after we'll put. Okay, so here what we can write, mu1 into alpha plus mu1 into beta equal to mu2 into beta minus mu2 into gamma. Okay, now I am taking the beta one side and gamma, alpha, gamma at one side. So what we can write here, mu1 alpha plus mu2 gamma is equal to mu2 minus mu1 beta. Okay, so I taken beta here common. Now student, mu1 alpha, mu1 is here I'm erasing this part. You can pause the video and note down. Okay, the size of board is little bit small. So now student, I am writing here. So mu1 is just a mu1 NP by OP. So it's a NP by OP plus mu2 into gamma. Gamma is what student? NP divided by IP is equal to mu2 minus mu1 into beta is again NP divided by PC. This NP is cancel out. So what we are getting? Mu1 divided by OP plus mu2 divided by IP is equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by PC. Now we'll put the value of OP, IP, PC. Okay, OP is what student? Minus of U. So here you will put mu1 divided by minus of, so I am writing here minus of U plus IP. IP is a what student? V. So here I am putting mu2 divided by V is equal to mu2 minus mu1. PC is what? Positive R. So I am writing R. So we can decorate this like this, mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 into 1 by R. Okay. This formula is very important student. We'll use this formula for deriving the lens maker formula. Okay. So this is a very important student. Now look at this. Now we'll discuss the focus. There is two focus. So first focus and second focus we'll discuss here in this diagram. I suppose you all understand the derivation. Okay. Very frequently CBSE board exam is asking this derivation. Okay. So everyone note down this. Now we'll discuss first focus, second focus, power, optical power of this spherical surface. Okay. These things generally JEE Advanced is asking. Okay, first focus, second focus concepts. Okay, this is not in NCERT book. Okay students, so here we having a spherical surface is like this. Okay, and now I am going to discuss focus. Okay, first focus. First focus is how we are defining the first focus. How we will define this first focus? It's a position, or you can say the point. If ray is coming from that point and after refracting through this spherical surface, it's parallel to principal axis. Okay, that point is called first focus point. Okay, so how you will define like this? Don't need to define, try to understand. This is the F1 point. Okay student, this point is F1 here, and how we are defining this F1 point? It's a position or point where from where if ray is coming after refracting from this spherical surface, it will be parallel to principal axis. Look at this dotted line is principal axis, it's parallel. Now how you can find this? We having a formula mu2, this one is the mu1 and this one is the mu2. Okay, so we having a formula mu2 by v minus mu1 by u equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by r. Try to understand student. Now here u is what student? U is this F1, I am assuming this one F1. Okay, and F is what? Negative here. Look at this. Here this point is pole, so F1 is negative here. This is the F1, capital F1, it means the focus point, and the distance between the focus point and pole is the focal length, the first focal length. So here u equal to what? Minus of F. V equal to what student here? Rays are parallel to principal axis, so this one is actually infinity. Try to understand. This one is infinity. Now we'll calculate the value of F1. Look at this. So if you will put here infinity, what you will get? 0 minus, this minus will cancel out, so mu1 divided by F1 is equal to here mu2 minus mu1 divided by r. Okay student, now look at this here. Okay, if you are putting sign here, then you will get the magnitude. If you are putting here sign, then you will get the magnitude. Like if we are not putting, in this case we know that, that's why we are putting. But if you are not knowing this sign, then also you will get the correct answer. Look at this how. Then it will be negative. Is it or not? So you can write the F1 equal to what student? From here you can write mu1. If you will multiply this one, this side, so here you will get the mu1. So what you can write? Mu1 into r divided by mu2 minus mu1 with the negative sign. Try to understand student. Why I am getting here negative? Because look at this one is negative, that's why. And if you are already knowing the sign convention, then if you will put, you will get the magnitude. And if you are not putting the, like here I am putting the u equal to F1, by the way it's a minus F1, but if we are putting like this, then also we'll get the correct answer. So value of F1 is minus mu1 r divided by mu2 minus mu1. Now we'll discuss the second focus. Everyone note down this. Now we'll discuss the second focus. Second focus is what? Like I am assuming here this type surface you want. So if ray is coming parallel to principal axis, look at this, I am assuming the same case here. Okay, and if ray is coming to principal axis, what will happen? Look at this. If ray is coming to principal axis, it will tilt and here it will meet. Is it or not? So if ray is coming parallel to principal axis and where it's converging, this is the second focus. So now we'll discuss about the second focus. Okay student, now where is the second focus? This point F2, and this distance is what? Small f2. Okay, now here we having the same formula again, mu2 divided by v minus mu1 divided by u equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by r. R is what? Radius of curvature. Tell me student, here u is what? Infinity. V is what? I'm not going to take the sign because it's not just valid for this case, this is valid for the all the cases. Okay student, so here V equal to what I am assuming, small f2. Okay, now put here what you will get, mu2 divided by f2, equal to mu2 minus mu1 divided by r. Okay, so f2 equal to what you will get, mu2 into r divided by mu2 minus mu1. This is the formula for the second focus or second focal length. Okay student, till now JEE Advanced asked 2 or 3 times question, just 2 or 3 times question based on this. Okay, once Olympiad exam also asked question based on this concept. Okay student, now video is very lengthy. Okay, so in next video I am going to discuss the optical power of this spherical surface, as well as I am going to discuss few good example based on this concept. Okay students, have a good time. Bye.